Uh, Good early morning, guys. Today, still there is 8 minutes to 12 midnight, so the time will flip to the another day after 7 minutes from now. This is the time, date, and just I would like to elaborate on some stuff over here while I'm doing my own research. In Sydney, which Sam, you have 1 hour gap between you and Sydney. Sydney sun gets before there by 1 hour. Actually, you are getting sun after 1 hour from this time. Here it states that sun will rise at 6:09. I think at your place maybe same timing, but after 1 hour. Now there the time is 5:53, and I do have here 11:53. That means 5 hour gaps, because you already applied the winter time. This is winter time. This is winter time. So just to tell you about what I found in Alaska. This is west of USA, Honolulu. Yeah, in Alaska, at Barrow, Alaska, USA, which located in the top tip of Alaska over there, sun still there. The time there is almost, you can say 12 hours exactly sharp between us to that destination. And the sun sets, as what we elaborate before this clip, it's 9:50, and there is another 9 hours or 10 hours, 10 hours, guys, 10 hours, Sam, between now until sun sets there. I mean, I'm talking about sun setting time for Barrow, Alaska. 10 hours. 10 hours. You are getting the sun after 1 hour. Sydney already got the same sun. Okay. Within 15 minutes she will get the sun. Sydney will get the sun after 15 minutes. I'm not saying that. They are telling that. This is Sydney. Now the time there is 5:55, and they are getting the sun 6 at 6 o'clock 9 minutes. Now just sun altitude is minus 3.24 to 2 now. That means it's a matter of 15 minutes sun will rise there, and it's already 4th there. So meanwhile, at west of USA, at San Francisco, this is San Francisco, time is there 12:56, almost 1 o'clock, noon time. And sun will leave at 19:34. 19:34. Is that would tell you something, Sam? For me, it tells me a lot more than what do you think. For Sydney, Australia, sun remains there 11 hours 37 minutes. 11 hours 37 minutes. Okay, and it's what's called, it's overlapping with that town by more than 9 hours, 10 hours, sorry to say that, 10 hours. It is the same sun, by the way, exactly the same sun. This is my findings. It is exactly same sun which will set here first. This is Honolulu. It's already sitting there. Look, in Honolulu, that's Hawaii, it's already sitting there. Where is the sun? That's moon, full moon. Okay, where it is? Oh, okay, let's go for this sun. Sun. Yeah, this is Hawaii sun. It's not sitting yet. In Honolulu, not sitting yet. The time there is 9:59. You can say 10. And the sunset time is 6:47. 6:47. Oh my God. 6:47. This is at Hawaii, which been located in this map here, which is just 2,000, I think 2,400 miles from LA to Hawaii. I think 2,400 or 2,600. I forget the number there. It's on my Google map, in my Google Earth map. It is now, it is 10 o'clock exactly, 10 o'clock, but 10 o'clock a.m. That means still daytime there. And that place, it is 12 noontime. Noontime. Honolulu, 10 a.m. Sun is there. You can see the sun altitude. It's positive 50, going up higher and higher. Look, higher and higher. And it is 10. Meanwhile, in Barrow, it's 12. That Barrow, it's here, guys. It's here. Because as what we said, it's tilted to that, it's redirected to that area. It's twisted. We can say twisted. There is 2 hours gap between Honolulu, which is Hawaii, and that area. And here already in San Francisco, it's 1 o'clock p.m. That means 1 hour after the sun left of that Barrow place, which is in Alaska, but 3 hours before Honolulu, before what's that called? Hawaii. It tells me a lot, guy. I hope it tells you a lot the same. Look here, Sam, to this city, which is Juneau, Alaska. It's 12 o'clock there. 12 o'clock. Exactly like Barrow. 12 o'clock. But what will shock you, the sunset time here, it's 9:50 because it's already summertime. And here, this is Honolulu. Here 7:45. There is 2 hours gap, which is the gap what we talked about before. Same time with 2 different sun setting timing. Sun still appears for 2 hours this place, but here it's already setting. But here 2 hours. Meanwhile, they are getting same sharp times. Even though the 2 closed cities which we talk about here and there, which has 255 miles, they do have 2 hours. Here we do have same time, because as simple as that, they are on the same line. On the same line, guys. On the same. This one is tilted on the other side. So they are in the same line. So that they are getting same time. But different setting time. Different sun setting time, because sun arcs there long time by 2 hours, which means the distance that the sun is covering is almost more than 2,650 or more than 2,700 miles. More than 2,700 miles if we got an average of 1,350 miles per hour. This is the sun speed. If we agreed that the sun speed is 1,350 miles per hour, that means the sun needs to pass this area within 2 hours, needs to cover 1,350 per hour. That means 2,700 miles. Where is that distance, guys? Where is that landmass? This is my big bump, guys. We have huge landmass over here, and it is hidden from us. It's hidden from us. Big, huge landmass, which has to have 2,700 miles as a distance. 2,700 miles. This is the landmass that has the sun to cover to set from this portion only. So you can imagine what they do have over here, over this area, which is being covered from all public. Okay, so the time now, it's 12:05 afternoon for Juneau, that which placed this area, and Barrow the same time. It has exactly same time. Meanwhile, just check for Anchorage. Anchorage getting the same time as well, but different setting time for the sun. Look, guys, it's 20:51. 1 hour before Barrow. 1 hour before Barrow, but exactly same time. Same time of that city which is here, and with the 1 hour gap from San Francisco. Come on, there is something weird there. Also the same city that it's in Alaska, Fairbanks, with the same time of Anchorage, setting time I mean. Also the same length, almost 14 hours of daytime. This is Hawaii. It has 12 hours 24 minutes. It's already been corrected by summer time. That means it has a problem of angular shift. It's not, it's at its own clear position. It's not at all in its own clear position. If we agree that we are on a globe and North Pole is here, this time has to be before than that time. I mean, this time if it's 10, here has to be 12, because the lines has to come like this, cross like that. So there is a gap, but no way that this will be 3 hours gap of that one. There is Honolulu, it's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. that means sun reached just 4 hours before, or less than 4 hours to that location, to Honolulu. 4 hours. Meanwhile, Barrow, 12, almost 12 p.m. that means already in a daytime by more than 5 hours. This is not me. This is what they used to say. This is their data, not my data. This is their data. So sun raised here before Honolulu, before Hawaii. Can somebody explain that? I do have my own explanation for that. That's Hawaii, it's not on real position. It's purely not on its own real position. Hawaii shouldn't be here. Here it's 12 o'clock. Hawaii 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, sun has to hit Hawaii before Barrow, but Barrow getting the sun before Hawaii. Okay, by 2 hours. By 2 hours. And meanwhile, Barrow has no, what's that called, daylight saving time, but Hawaii supposed to have that daylight saving time. Why? Because Hawaii, it's not at its own position. It's been manipulated to show a position which is unreal. I do have a lot to talk about. Look here at San Francisco, it's 1:10 p.m. 13:10 p.m. Just 1 hour gap between this location and Barrow, because it's just top of it by 1 hour, but it's twisted. But Honolulu, which is Hawaii, there are 3 hours gap there, because it's on northwest of USA. It's not on that west, direct west. No, it's northwest of USA. Actually, it's opposite of that elbow. The elbow that we are talking about, it's opposite on the other side, actually. Not here, it's on the other side. So it's just 10 p.m., 10 a.m., 2 hours gap. That's all what I want to share, Sam. All the best and good luck. Saleh Al-Wahdi, Flat Earth Organization.